I'm drunk and I want to record another video because I'm on fucking top of that shit. Boom. We're gonna be doing a beautiful tier ranking video for Get Off My Chest or Off My Chest, like that subreddit on Reddit. Here are my tiers. We have the very bottom, which is jail. Now. Then we have what the fuck? And then mid-ah, like mid-ass guy, like mid-ass girl, like you're a mid-ah. The next one, which is like second from the top, we got UI. And then we have S for slay. So we're gonna look at 10 different ones. I haven't pre-looked at any of them. I literally just typed in off my chest, pick and choose random ones based off of the title. My ex-wife almost allowed a child predator in our lives who had an obsession with my oldest son. Okay, this is the first time I'm going public with this, so bear with me. I also tend to be verbose, so I apologize in advance if this is long, but I just feel I need to put this down in writing. Also, this happened probably around 15 years ago or so. At the time, I was married to my ex-wife, and my son, only child at the time, was maybe 6 or 7. We used to participate in NaNoWriMo, a writing exercise that happens every November, and a local group would often get together in a big bookstore and have what we called write-ins. For one of the write-ins that year, I wasn't able to attend due to work, so my wife took our son with her. One of the very few complaints I have about my ex is that, frankly, she was a terrible mother. Damn. Her biggest fault was that she was easily distracted and very inattentive with our son. So when we attended any kind of gathering like this, she would completely ignore our son, and I was usually the one looking after him and give him attention while the older folks talked and laughed. Since I wasn't there this one evening, she basically told my son to wander wherever he wanted to in the store and basically don't get into any trouble. Also, he wouldn't bother her so she could have fun with everyone else. Bruh. While he was looking at a toy section that the bookstore had, a man approached him and struck up a conversation. Over the course of the evening, this man spent more time with my son than his mother ever did. One other thing about my ex is that she has no concept of stranger danger. If she struck up a conversation with someone in line at the grocery store, she would spill any and all private information and friend the person on Facebook all in the span of maybe 15 minutes. Damn. Social butterfly, socially inept. She, of course, talked to this guy like she'd known him forever and happily allowed the stranger to buy one of the toys my son was looking for for him. I found all this out later that evening and felt like this rang some sort of serious alarm bells, but overall seemed innocuous enough and didn't seem to have gone into truly concerning territory, so I talked it up as basically a bullet dodged and went on. Holy fuck, reading this while drunk is literally the hardest task. Now, at some point, I generally can't remember exactly how, he ended up acquiring our address in a couple of weeks and kept in touch with my wife and would ask often about our son. She saw nothing out of the ordinary about this, so she never brought it up to me. Then about a week before Christmas, there was a knock on my door, and lo and behold, this man was standing on my front porch asking if my son was home. I immediately recalled what my wife had told me about him, and I was immediately wary. Keep in mind that I've never met this man, and he had only met my son the one time. I wouldn't let him in the house and wouldn't accept the gift. Then basically told him that if I found out that he ever talked to my wife or son again or came around, that there would be serious consequences. Bam! Alpha male energy. Fortunately, I think I intimidated him enough that he seemed to have disappeared from our son's lives after that. I immediately told my wife that what had transpired, and I was really upset that she had been so clueless to let it get this far. She seemed genuinely shocked that I would think such a thing about the nice man. I never mentioned the visit to my son and never asked about the man he met at the bookstore, so we were able to move past it. But even to this day, one of the few things my ex did that I can never forgive, even to this day, was practically giving an open invitation to what I'm virtually certain was a pedophile to have a relationship with our son. Less than a year later, she decided that she didn't want the responsibility of being part of the family anymore and ended up moving out of state. Damn, fuck that hoe. Here's the really freaky part. About 2 years later, he showed up at my door again. I wasn't home that time, but my girlfriend was. It was a snow day, and the kids were out of school, and he showed up asking my girlfriend if my son was home. She had heard about the story, so she lied and told him that we had moved, and then asked if she had any kids. It was fucking insane. She threatened to call the cops on him, and we never saw him again after that. I fucked up. I guess I was supposed to get pictures myself, so we're gonna just choose random files from my computer. That was crazy, but that wasn't like, it was bad, don't get me wrong. First thing on my list, I am a surgeon. That's who he represents right here. Okay, this is the dad yelling at the creepy pedo guy. That's what we're gonna pretend is happening, which is not what's happening, but Yeah, I'm gonna put it at mid-ah. Like, it was a mid-ah story. It was like, okay, I was waiting for it to get a little crazier. I'm sure to him it's crazy as fuck because, like, what the hell? But yeah, I'm in love with my gym bro. We got updates too. Tip for this. Hi, male 22, fell in love with my gym bro, male 24. Problem being, I thought I was straight. This all started a few months ago. I noticed this guy in my gym and I knew something was immediately off. I was like, nervous to even look at him. I decided to get rid of that nervousness and just talk to him. He was actually really nice and funny. We quickly became buddies. Then, about 2 weeks later, my girlfriend broke up with me. I told him that, and we had a heart-to-heart. He casually came out as gay. But that initial offness that I felt when I first saw him didn't go away, and I quickly started to piece together that it was the same feeling I get when I look at a really pretty girl. Over the months, it's been increasingly hard to be near him because he's just so gorgeous, I guess. Whenever I go to sleep, I just imagine him there snuggling up next to me. I just want to text him all the time and I just want to kiss him so bad. I guess this is me coming out as bi. I met a beautiful guy at the gym. We became best friends. I love his personality. He makes me laugh nonstop, and not gonna lie, he's mad thick. I want to ask him out so bad. This is honestly kind of cute. Update number 1. At the gym right now, we're gonna do our sets, and when we leave, I'm gonna walk him to his car and tell him, thanks for the courage, everyone. Update 2. I'm fucking crying in my car. Holy shit. He said yes. So I walked into his car and I told him, and bruh, the way I couldn't speak, oh my god, I was so nervous. But basically he said he kind of thought I was into him because I can only catch you respectfully staring at my butt so many times before. It's a little sus. But I told him that I'm bi and we're going on a date Friday. Like, bruh. I love the bruhs. Like, bruh, he looked so flustered and cute when I told him. He had the prettiest smile. And for the people saying stuff about my vocab and texting, I'm a history major. Not smart. My vocab consists of, I guess, like, I don't know, bruh and fucking. But anyways, I guess we're a little more than gym bros now. I seriously couldn't have done this if I didn't get so much random ass support. Random ass support. I thought literally ass support. I'm fucking shaking. I actually did it. Bruh, I love him so much. So fucking much. Thank you guys for the support. Update 3.
Bruh.
Day 4. Hey there. I know I've been gone for a long ass time, LMAO, but I had to take a social media break just because, like, I was just really overwhelmed, I guess, with all the attention this post got. Some of you were asking about update 3. It was just me talking on Twitter about the insecure assholes calling me a woman for sharing emotions, LMAO. Deleted because I felt a bit embarrassed having my voice on the internet. I'm too introverted for that shit. But I'll be making occasional updates on my Twitter, I guess. As for me and my man, it's better than I could have ever asked for. I know we haven't been together for long, I guess, but he's just like, I don't know. I've never felt more appreciated by someone, so yeah, he's got me wrapped around his finger hella hard, LMAO. Damn! Good for him. You know what we're gonna choose? The Alukiora Orihime grab. S for slay right there. Okay, I switched it up to confessions because the other one, like, I was going through them and I was like, bro, this shit's so fucking boring. Like, I need some juicy ass shit here. When I was in 1st grade, I braided boogers into a girl's hair because she was mean to me. When I was in 1st grade, there was a girl who was pretty mean to me, and long story short, I just kind of thought she was a bitch. She was one of those girls who would be mean to you and accept you to be okay with it and nice to her and whatever. Obviously, now that I'm grown, I work with kids that age, I understand that they can just be that way, and it's usually just a reflection of their parents' behavior. Anyway, I don't really like what I did. It was so awful. Not because, as an adult, I think she deserved it, but just because, in general, I just think it's a funny, harmless story. She let me braid her hair while we were all sitting in a group on the floor watching a movie or something like that. As I braided, I picked my nose and purposely braided my boogers into her hair. I still laugh thinking about it because I've thought it over I thought it over. The way the other kids treated me at that age was despicable. Kicking me to the ground on my birthday, not letting me play on most playground equipment unless I agreed to play the ugly girl or boy and pretend, telling me I was lower class, convincing me I couldn't be their friend unless I decided to become a Christian. What the fuck? Constantly telling me I was going to hell, breaking into the bathroom stalls while I was using them, racism, etc. Our teacher saw most of the behavior and did nothing, so it really was on them. So my small retribution led to nothing besides the likely possibility that when she got home and her parents went to comb her hair, they were like, what the fuck? when the comb got stuck in the snot I braided in. So I'm kind of proud and resorted to the braiding boogers into girls' hair instead of violence, prejudice, bigotry, or exclusion like they did. I do feel bad, however, learning that the same girl went to abuse substance so badly that she apparently, from what I've been told now, is pretty much a vegetable. I don't blame myself for that. My booger braiding was not the reason why she got to that point, and I'm really not sure why it ended up that way for her. I assume she probably fell into the wrong cloud or what have you. That's fucking S for slay. Like, she didn't choose to be mean back, really. Not to her face, at least. And she wasn't talking shit or anything. She was getting just simple, like, childhood revenge. Happiness in Japanese. S for slay. There's a Reddit like thing, and it's like, what are some of y'all's most wildest confessions? So, oh, okay, fuck. This is bad. In college, living in res, we met a couple girls. One was a virgin. She somehow ended up naked with my buddy Dick. His name, not an appendage. What? You mother... Fingering her, the virgin. There was a lot of us in the room. She was not shaved. He said, fuck this. I'm shaving you. He did, in front of everyone. Then continued fingering her. Her hymen burst. Dick panicked. We all ended up covered in bloody shaving cream. So did Peter's walls. I woke up next to the not virgin one. Virgin girl had to go to church in the morning. I remember finding that funny. Then my asshole best friend from high school, who lived in res with me, thought it'd be hilarious to tell me he found out that the girl has herpes. A complete lie. And I didn't use protection. This shit is for life. And I lived vicariously through my dick. I crawled into the shower with 2 peers, laid into the fetal position, and cried before spending all day waiting in line at the campus clinic. Fuck you, Murray. Wow. That's fucking crazy that he was that triggered by her not being shaven and then shaved her in front of everyone. But why did she let him? I'm gonna say, what the fuck? Why did he... Like, not even in the bathroom? What? A friend had told me for years about the dark secret in his past that he can't tell anyone. Eventually, he felt comfortable enough to confess, and he was really not exaggerating. When he was young, he raped his younger sister. The family knew about it, and they all got counseling and stuff at the time. He and his sister are friends now. Sister friends, but fuck. I actually have heard a similar story. I had a friend, and she told me casually... She actually asked me, she said, Haley, do you like things with your brother? And I'm like play games? Yeah, why? And she's like, no, like sex. And I was like, what? No, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, well, my brother and I do that. And I'm like, I didn't even fully register, why? What? Like, that's not fucking good, bro. Jail now. Jail now. And my uncle likes kids. It suddenly made a whole lot more sense that none of his adult daughters were ever married / had a serious long-term relationship and are overweight with self-esteem issues. Every other aspect of his life is perfectly normal. And I would assume I've never expected that from him. There was a court case before I was born that was dismissed. My mother never even let me meet him until earlier this year because she didn't want me to take the chance he might act indecently towards me. It appears he was reported, but the victim's close ranks to protect their abusive father. I assume that's exactly what happened, but I'll never be sure because nobody really speaks about it. It's all very hush-hush on his side of the family, pretending like it never happened. My great-uncle's wife defended him and fought against her own children from what I heard. She was also the one who decided it would be a good idea to drop the case against my great-uncle. Eventually, the whole family just wanted to go away. So what I learned is from my grandma, who is the only one unafraid to speak out against him. He apparently treated her quite poorly when they were younger, and he's maybe 3 to 4 years older than she was. I wouldn't be surprised if something happened between them as children for her to hate him as much as she does. I assume the only reason she didn't want to drop the case was that she could finally see him punished for the probable abuse that happened to her as a child and for suffering of her niece. nieces. Jail now. A colleague confesses she has had sex with her brother throughout her childhood and early adolescence. She also told me she despises her brother's wife because she is in love with her brother and is insanely jealous of his wife and kids. She's never had a relationship and fears she will never be married or have kids of her own. Sweet home Alabama. Jail now. What is all these sibling lovers? What the fuck? Oh, I should probably make a throwaway for this, but fuck it. My father is a diagnosed narcissist and overall a horrible person. My mother, my siblings, and I lived for years in a very abusive environment that I don't know if he will ever fully recover from. About 5 years ago, it hit the fan with him and he left my mother for his much younger secretary. He told me before he told her and expected me to inform her he was leaving. He also left her with a ton of debt. I began the process of removing him from my life. One night after maybe one too many glasses of wine, I was feeling particularly angry about all the years of shit my family had to deal with because of him. So I posted his phone number on Craigslist and a message implying he was a chick looking for a good time. I later got an email from his secretary, the one he had ran off with, to an anonymous Craigslist system bitching out who she assumed was a random Craiglister posting for posting the wrong phone number. That's fucking slay. I was about to be like, damn, did she like kill him? That was actually pretty slay, I can't lie. Butterfly for you. Fucking S for slay. There's this old, drunk, crude, kind of gross guy at the bar, and I just wanna get all up in his gross. I don't know, it's weird. I've always gone for young, slim, muscular, good-looking guys, but this guy, he's just so unattractive and weird, and I want to fully climb inside his ass. It's so easy to see beautiful, seemingly perfect people hop in bed, have whatever sex, yada yada yada, but to see something so truly unappealing, so mysterious, so unusual, so special. It's like seeing a rare exotic bird and wanting to fuck it. Girl, that's my reaction. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? I frequently humped the bathroom sinks in school when no one else was there. I was extremely horny back then. I'm never touching a school sink. I just grinded my dick against the edge through my pants until I came. What the fuck? I guess, yeah. Swam now with nobody.